functional brain lateralization. Based on data on handedness and hair whorl direction, Aymar-Clark proposed a genetic model in that a single gene with two alleles controls both handedness and hair whorl direction. Human handedness and scalp hair whorl direction developed from a common genetic mechanism, genetics. The present study has designed to further investigate the relationship between scalp hair whorl direction with handedness and hemispheric language dominance. 1,212 subjects were investigated for scalp hair whorl direction and handedness. Additionally, we determined hemispheric language dominance in a subgroup of 212 subjects using functional transcranial Doppler sonography. As for the single attributes, hair whorl direction, handedness, and language dominance, we reproduced previously published results. However, we have found no association between hair whorl direction and either language dominance or handedness. These results strongly argue against a common genetic basis of handedness or language lateralization in scalp hair whorl direction. Inspection of hair patterns will not help us determine language dominance. Now, I spoke to one of these scientists who co-authored this paper right after he sent it to me and right after reading it. I noticed that they used the direction in which the spiral spins in order to indicate handedness and hemispheric language dominance, whereas I used the eye of the spiral itself and equilateral hemispheric separation to determine both of these. Now, in the case of language dominance, in my method, the eye of the spiral falls on the side of the most dominant hand. But the hand that is the most dominant one is the one controlled by the opposite side of the brain. The right side is controlled by the left side of the brain, and the left side is controlled by the right side of the brain. Now, this may be what gave rise to the saying that lefties always do it right, if you know what I mean. And of course, I'm a lefty myself, as well as an artist and a researcher. And as a lefty, I hope my theory is right, but this could be something that you could test for. This is a data sheet that you can create to test this theory for yourself in order to see if I'm right. Here, I have a section for the name of the participant, and to the right of that, I have the types of handedness, which are right-handedness, left-handedness, mixed-handedness, and ambidexterity. See how hard that is to say when you're trying to use both hands at the same time. And then a section for the final results. The blind test is conducted by taking a picture or a video of the subject's hair spiral and then secretly taking down the subject's actual dominant hand when they tell you. Another person then reviews these images against the observations made on the eye of the spiral itself and its equilateral hemispheric placement. If you're using well-defined spirals, which can be seen in a lower quantity of hair, then you should be able to make accurate predictions based on your observations, measurements, and the test that it took to get. Okay, we've reached the end of our explanation for our theory on handedness, but I'd like to also cover another topic. It's concerning the hair spiral pattern and those we see in spiral galaxies, hurricanes, DNA, fractal geometry, torsion fields, etc. Now, this microscopic pattern that we see in the Milky Way here has a microcosmic imprint on smaller things seen in life, as such as our heads with the spiral galaxy pattern. These two, as seen here, look like a mirror image of each other, making it seem like they are one and the same. This being billions of stars make up this one, and billions of cells make up the other one. So the as above, so below principle may seem to hold weight when we try to merge these two. Here, we're bringing the two closer together over one another in a transparency collision. Now, make sure you look at the images closely here or on the still section of each diagram in this video to get a clearer view. Just by looking at this, we can already see that a perfect alignment will verify the assumptions of the as above, so below. Now, we've totally merged the two over one another, and as we can see, they both fit perfectly together over one another, and both seem like they're one. This may be one reason why most feel that they're one with the universe as well. Now, as we look at this from a bigger picture, we can see that there are many galaxies out there that have the same spiral pattern that we have in our hair, making it seem like each one of them is connected to a celestial mind. Could this be the case that's indicating the existence of a higher state of consciousness? I say examine it for yourself and come to your own conclusion. This is the title of my research, Ascension Q, which incorporates my theory on handedness, and it also has other diagrams that merge many of the microcosmic designs with the macrocosmic ones in order to show the similarities that they share. You'll see such comparisons as the ovi doing fertilization and a star, and the neural network and the cosmic web, which are both very interesting diagrams, like the hair spiral and the Milky Way. The entire work on Ascension Q is religion and science based, and it's full of encyclopedia links and video references. So feel free to review my work and to offer me any feedback via the contact info on the contact page. Also, the text size and the page layout of the site can be altered through the view option of your web browser. You can also increase the text size as is, and you can also change the page style layout to no style to have a white background and all black lettering. So please feel free to pass the work along to any others that you may know of that will be interested in reviewing the material. And thank you for